Hello everyone, this is the Great Pumpkin speaking, and welcome to this new army report series about Ogre Battle 64, a person of lordly caliber. Now you might be wondering, what's an army report series? Well, you see, the Ogre Battle series is mostly about army management and the battles on a larger battlefield. So in this series, what I'm actually gonna do is showcase my army as I go throughout the game. I'll also be going through couple of stages that I feel are particularly interesting. However, given that this game is rather lengthy, I won't be doing a full let's play of it. So basically, in this series, I'll be showcasing groups that I actually like. However, unlike in the army report series I did for Ogre Battle March of the Black Queen back on SNES, I actually won't be doing a single class per character run. This time around, the only restrictions I'm gonna have is that first, I can't use special characters, I can't use any limited classes such as Black Knights, Dragoon, Princesses, or Liches, and also I can't use any overpowered items such as the drakonite books, which allows a caster to pretty much wreck an entire enemy party. The reason I'm doing this is mostly to spice things up a bit, and because, well, if one of your unit can annihilate an entire enemy party, then what's the point of playing the game at all? I'll mostly be trying to showcase groups that I feel are effective but are also fun. So there is that. We've got one special character that we'll be using though, which is Magnus, whom we have no choice but to include in our army. Still, I'm gonna do a little something special about him. So now, we'll be heading into training and get started with Orville's group. Most of the groups are fairly similar to begin with, so that should make it a little quick. Still, we'll be trying to do them as much as we can, although I'll be stopping at 2 cycles in order to make things a little shorter. Because while you're in training, your group will actually keep fighting until either group is done. So that's actually not what we want. We actually want to showcase the units how they would fight on an actual battlefield. So there we go. I'll actually be able to tell based on the various moves that the unit can do. Like for instance, most of the units in our group right now can only hit about two times, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. So yeah, that was the 3rd time. This is it for this group. Let's move on. Okay, 2nd group, McGuile. I'm actually not gonna showcase Magnus because he's only with soldiers, so it doesn't really matter. Fairly similar group, although instead of using a beast tamer, I'm actually using a fencer class, which is an introductory class leading to the swordmaster. Fencers are a really good class. They got really great growth and can be used to make some characters actually pretty darn powerful. However, one of their problems is that they don't have really great equipment. It's difficult to get good two-handed swords up until later in the game, so they kinda lose a bit of traction as they keep going. Like right now, this switch is basically paralyzing my entire group. That's no good. And that's it for those guys. We're 2 cycles in. Fairly interesting, although fairly basic, I'll admit. Next up, Anderson. This time we're off against a fencer and 3 Hawkmen. Again, similar group. You'll notice that most of my groups are made up of fighters and Amazons at the moment. Namely because I've got so many classes to upgrade. So, that'll take some time. Our unit this time is led by a Berserker, who's actually a pretty powerful class and an introductory one into the Black Knight. They're fairly powerful. They've got some of the best strength growth among the main classes, although his equipment leaves a little to be desired compared to, for instance, Knights. You might have noticed also that those Hawkmen up there have a tendency to block a lot. That's because they have lots of dexterity, which allows them to actually, block things easier. So that's actually pretty cool. Might have talked through cycles, did I? Well, that's gonna be it for this group. Next one, it's Ivan. Oh wow. So yep, I'm up against 4 Raven men, or Ravens I think is what they're called in this game, and a Dragon Master. Usually I shouldn't be encountering these units at all at this point in the game because their Dragon Master is actually a tier 2 class, whereas the Ravens are actually tier 1s. So yeah, that group isn't all that great. It's mainly because I needed spaces to put more fighters, and I actually didn't have any because I have a Hellhound in the first row. What's nice about the Hellhound is that it can hit up to 3 times, as opposed to the other units right now that can hit 2 times. By having a Beast Tamer as leader, our Hellhound actually hits harder, so that's good news. Unfortunately, that's it for now. So, that's it for this cycle. I hope I'll be keeping that Hellhound really long, although I do need to get some units to replace the one I'll be getting later. So it's not a total loss. And we finish with Tabata here. So now we're off against a Swordmaster, 2 Vultans, and 2 Hawkmen. The Swordmaster is another tier 2 class. The Vultan is a tier 1 class. Why do I have 2 Valkyries as leaders and basically 3 soldiers in the back is because I've been trying to raise them as Amazons. You see, when a soldier wins about 10 victories, then he actually gets turned into an Amazon if the leader is female, or a fighter if the leader is male. Although there's a little ways to mess with that, namely with the Ansate cross, or simply with the fact that you lose soldiers, which makes the growth a little slower. But unfortunately, that's it for this group. So yeah, that's gonna be it for that first time. I'll be joining you once I've unlocked the tier 1 class for each of my characters. So thank you for watching everyone, this was the Great Pumpkin, and I hope you'll join me next time. See ya!